Oh, thanks. You always think the buys are going to be quick and then they take ages and people keep talking to you and you're like, I've got to go, my Uber's outside.
And then just drag it on. Sounds
I
like
know.
you're, I'm guessing, visiting from somewhere?
No, I live in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not from here, I'm from London.
Ah, okay. I was going to say, it detected a bit of an accent.
Yeah.
But sure, yeah, you're right. You know, you got to say bye to everybody. I like the Irish goodbye, you know? They're just like, they just kind of disappear. So you heading home or heading out?
Heading home.
Yeah, it was so nice today. I'm expecting people to want to be out.
I know, it was so nice. I mean, we've been out all day, you know, walking around and stuff. It's been really nice.
Yeah. Which is good, yeah, enjoying that sunshine. I think, you know, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think winter's on its way out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a funny one though, hasn't it, this year?
It really has. Yeah, it really has. Had a lot of weird warm days, not a lot of snow.
Yeah, not a lot of snow at all, really.
Yeah.
Even when it was like super cold for those couple of weeks, it was like, it snowed like once, really.
Yeah, really like one long snow and then
Yeah.
that was it. How long have you been here in Chicago?
6 years.
6 years. Oh, okay. Yeah. I moved here like 2018 also.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Where from?
California.
Oh right, okay,
Yeah.
very different.
Very different. First time I saw snow was when I moved here.
No way!
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I was not ready for it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
What made you move here?
My daughter, so her mom is from here, and after her and I broke up, she moved here with my daughter, so I came also.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I've got 8 more years, and then I'm done. Yeah.
Oh no, that's cool. I do like Chicago. It's a fun city. It's
absolutely.
like obviously a lot smaller than California.
Yes.
Much easier to manage, I think.
Yeah, I often said, you know, like I love Chicago, and if they were to put Chicago in Los Angeles, I'd never leave.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, is it's just like, I'm very much a lizard, like I'm cold-blooded. I can't. So for 6 months out of the year, I don't want to leave the house.
Yeah.
But in Los Angeles, it's just always nice.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for me.
Yeah, no, I do like that.
What brought you to Chicago from London?
My job. Yeah. Moved me out here.
Nice. What do you do for work?
I work in HR for a tech company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the big tech companies, I'm guessing.
Oh, not like Google or like it's called
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, because how do they do ratings now? I remember it used to be like a Nielsen box that would track what you were doing on the TV.
Well, it's all online.
Now it's all online.
Yeah, all online data. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because it's like the psychology behind purchasing power
Yeah.
is, I don't know, so manipulated by companies such as the one I work for.
Absolutely.
It's like, am I buying this out of free will?
Right.
Or am I buying this because it's in the right place at the right time, at the right eye level, and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, I was talking to somebody who worked in marketing. She was a passenger, and she was in marketing for a company that did like clothing sales and manufacturers, and her job was opening new retail sites. And so she was like, there's a great book you can read called Why We Buy that talks about exactly that, psychology of marketing, you know, where, you know, she's like, we sell clothing for outdoor, for camping stuff. So she's like, so we keep the temperature a little colder so people want to get jackets because there's jackets around.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, maybe I'll get a campfire thing, or maybe I'll get some thicker boots or something.
Yeah.
You know, just to get those little extra things. And then they're like, you want to play poppy music while you're in the car or while they're there, because then they're more energized and they're more likely to shop, and they explain where to place things, like you said, at eye level. Put this here, put that there. It's really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And extremely manipulative, you know?
Oh yeah. It's psychology. That's if you're not going to be a psychologist, you're going to manipulate people to buy things. That's the only 2 career paths for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is interesting. But yeah, it's all because it is. You're right. It's for money. Not how can we make the product better using psychology. It's how can we get people to give us their money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I should probably read that book and do some of it in here. I don't know what I
Yeah.
would do something. But HR can be really interesting. I tend to really like HR people when I work office jobs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they tend to usually, because they're the people that like care for others or try to, and at least try to make sure you're getting stuff out of being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. That's what I like to think. But yeah, it's a lot different in the US.
I would love to hear, like, what are some things that surprised you between here and London?
It's more just like in the UK, there's employees have a lot more rights, and there's a lot more rigor and structure around certain processes for people to. I felt like I was going to get hit.
Oh yeah, he's just running across the green.
With a what's she doing? What a crazy person.
Yeah, it was really unnecessary.
Um.
Maybe it's an organ. Maybe he's saving a life thing.
Oh, he's getting the bus.
All right, I guess that's what we should do.
Ugh, yeah, that's the worst though, isn't it, when you run into the bus?
Yeah. But you're saying, so there's structures in place for...
Yeah, so like it's just a lot more. There's less like the company can do whatever they want, and you're just lucky to be there.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a company in the US can pretty much do anything.
Right.
To an employee, and there's very little recourse.
Yeah.
Unless you've got, something proven in terms of discrimination, for example.
Yeah.
But even then, that's really hard to prove, definitively.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It makes my job easier sometimes, terribly. When we want to make big changes,
Sure.
and, if we're doing a lot of restructuring, and, I don't have to tell you that your job's changing. What I mean is, like, there's no input required from you.
Sure.
If your job changes. I can just tell you and explain it and be like, that's what's happening.
Right.
Whereas in the UK, there's like a whole consultation process, and it's very much like, the business still has the upper hand, but like it's more collaborative in certain ways, which just gives like a sense of trust and control. But so it is. Yeah, it's a bit different, but
I know there's a lot more unions in the UK than there are in America as far as workers go. Like you said, workers' rights. Healthcare isn't tied to having a job. You just have healthcare. Here, you've got to work for it.
Yes, exactly, which I find really difficult.
Oh, I bet.
It's just such a weird concept. I'm actually going through chemotherapy at the moment.
Oh gosh, yeah, okay.
And it's given me a real different perspective on, like, the hospital bills that I get are wild.
I'm sure,
wild.
Yeah.
They make no sense. I get billed left, right, and centre, and I'm supposed to be able to manage, the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky because I have a job that gives me insurance, and I can afford the premium and the my deductible.
Yeah.
Not tons of people cannot say that, and I just think, like, for someone going through life-altering, necessary care, like, if I didn't have this care, I would unfortunately probably die, and that's. I don't know.
No, I think morally it's repugnant.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Like one chemo treatment is like 24 grand.
Wow.
That's what they like charge by insurance.
Yeah.
Like, where are you even getting that number from?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Well, part of it is because insurance will say we're not going to pay this much of it when they get the $24,000 bill, and they say we'll give you $200.
Right, but then that's just a fucking game.
It is,
like,
and that's
it's
the
like
game.
Monopoly.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the game.
dumb. It's not real.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, it's like, it is real when you can't afford it, or when you don't have insurance.
Oh yeah.
It's very real then.
Yeah, because the bill's the same for both people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane. So.
And then it's tied to living
Yeah.
Right? It's like, well, you can either do this or that. Those are your options.
Yeah.
So what are you going to choose?
Like, you can go bankrupt and lose your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I think that's one of the things. It's like, I think it was like 70% of bankruptcies are medical.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the biggest
Yeah.
cause of bankruptcy in the
Yeah.
US is
100%.
medical bills. And I feel like that is just insane.
Oh yeah, especially because it's not like we don't pay taxes. It's not like they don't.
But this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is what gets me. Everyone's like, when I moved here, they're like, oh, what's it like not to pay taxes? I'm like, excuse me, sir, I pay the same. I pay 32% tax now.
Wow,
and
yeah.
I paid 30% in the UK.
Right.
I've got health insurance for free.
Right. And were you able to go to like college also for
Yeah.
free?
Well, I didn't go for free, but
Okay.
I actually was one of the last. I'm 38, and
Okay.
I was one of the last groups of people.
We're the same age, by the way.
Oh yeah, that got tuition for £3,000 a year.
Okay.
After that, it went up to £12,000 a year.
Oh wow, I didn't know that it went up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I paid off my student loan about 10 years ago.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, because I mean, $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a summer job.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah. And like, I worked and stuff throughout college and stuff, so I didn't have like living. I paid living as I went. I didn't have bills from living,
Sure.
which not a lot of people in the US. Typically, not a lot of people work during college, do they?
Yeah. No, I mean here, it depends. A lot of people will have kind of a job during college.
Yeah.
And it's like for spending money because you have to get a loan for the actual school
Right,
itself.
yeah.
You're not going to pay to put yourself through college anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming out of college with 30, 40 plus minimum.
Yeah.
And again, it's like monopoly money, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
real.
No.
It doesn't mean anything to anyone because no one's paying it back.
Right.
Well, not in any serious increments.
Right. And it's, because how could they? They're children.
Yeah, exactly.
They're kids.
Exactly.
I mean, my daughter's 10, but like I'm constantly like, you're not going to be an adult until you're 30. Like, just so you know, like you'll be an adult, but like you're not going to be grown up. You don't have any of this stuff figured out. I still barely have anything figured out.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
I'm lost on a daily basis.
Yeah, constantly. We're lucky we're going to get to where we're going. Like we're supposed to. Yeah, and it's just unfortunate but that's just the world. And like you said, the difference between the U.S. and other places is very predatory.
Yeah.
In that way.
But I think it manifests that mentality.
Yeah.
At the same time, like people that have, it's like, oh, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps so everybody else can, and I'm like, what? Who does that serve?
Right.
Like, how does that progress? Like,
what? Yeah. Oh, 100%. And mostly because that phrase was actually made. It was invented because it's impossible. That like it was a joke, and so people took it seriously because you can't actually pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole thing. They were saying, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you'll be okay. But it's like that was the joke. It was off the cuff. You said it because it's not possible, but you'll get through it. So it's like, no, like, but then you're right. People have this mentality of like, I suffered, you could suffer too.
Yeah.
We'll suffer. It's like, why? I don't want to suffer.
No. And why do I want anyone else to suffer just because I did?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
And we're kind of, I don't know, we're stuck here. It's just, I think our generation and younger generations are starting to say like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. The benefits that other people got, I'm not getting. So what's the point of doing it?
Right. And I have actually a lot of respect for that. I know like Gen Z or whatever get such a millennial. I don't know who they are. I don't know the generations, but
we're millennials.
We're millennials, right?
Gen Zs are the youngest.
Gen Zs, yeah. They get a really bad reputation for being snowflakes or whatever. But I'm like, I like it. Some of it, you know. It's like, stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't just do it because it's the status quo.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm very lucky. I work in tech also when I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And the type of work I do, I work from home. I've been remote since 2017.
Yeah.
But I tend to work for places that really need tech and need technology and need the stuff I do. So I can kind of be like, I'm not gonna put up with anything because I'll have another job like this. I'm not worried about it. And so I put up with very little, and
Yeah.
and that's the viewpoint I like for people to have, and
Yeah.
that's the thing they say with Gen Z. They're like, they'll quit because they're bored. Like they'll
Yeah.
just stop. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to work here, and they'll
Yeah.
leave at lunch. They won't even clock out. They'll just go, and I'm just like, that's the way to be.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're not lucky to have a job. The job is lucky to have us.
Exactly.
But we've been sold that viewpoint, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. I know, well, my boss actually just got let go last week.
Oh, wow.
And she'd been in the company 29 years. And she got told on the Tuesday and she was gone on Friday.
Wow.
And I just thought, why?
Why? Yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah.
Why bother killing
30
yourself?
years. Well, yeah, because what is she going to do now?
Exactly.
You know, then where can she go?
I don't know.
Do they have a reason for letting her go?
Well, not that I know, not that I'm aware of, but
I would think HR would know.
I know. But we have HR for HR, you know.
Oh, I get you. I
Yeah.
guess you keep the gossip out.
Yeah.
On that side. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah,
I know.
and that makes it, to me, that's like if you've worked anywhere for 30 years, which I've never done anything for that considerable amount of time, nothing.
I've just existed. For 30
Yeah,
years,
I mean,
that's it.
honestly, I died for like a minute, so I like, didn't even do that one, okay? But I was a pretty wild teenager. So, but that being said, like, yeah, it's nothing. So what are they going to do? It's like, how, and that's it. They're done. They were told, work, you'll get rewarded. That didn't happen.
And you're not.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was great chatting. Hope you
Yeah,
have
it
a
was
great
so
rest
nice
of
to
your
talk to you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
evening.